I am Tammy. Welcome back to Tammy Talks. If you're brand new to my channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. We are chasing 1,000 subscribers, and I can only get there with y'all help. Y'all have been showing up, out, and all around on the Married at First Sight recaps. Don't let tonight be any differently. So go ahead and subscribe, and let's get into it, y'all. Bao and Johnny. Johnny know how to work a nerve, don't he? So this is season 13, episode 15, Memory Lane and Dirty Little Secret. So the episode starts off with they're coming home from the trip, and Bob was trying to have a little small talk with Johnny, and he's like paying her dust. Takes a sip of his water, and it's like, I'm just gonna go get in the shower. And I feel anytime he mentions showering, I take it as a dig towards Bob, but whatever. Bao instead goes outside and she's like watering her plants and stuff like that. So this episode is about you know how they always do, like, let's go visit the childhood home, learn more about, this person and blah blah blah. So Johnny takes Bao to his childhood home and shows her some pictures of, like, when he was a kid, pictures of him and his family. I peeped his daddy face was blurred out. His father said, when I told you I'm not being involved, I'm not being involved. So they have a cute moment where Bao was like, okay, good, here's the pictures. But you can tell that we know that Bao has checked out, right? So because Bao is like just emotionally detached from this relationship now, she is really not paying attention to him. Like, she's looking at him, but it's also just kind of like, meh. So Johnny reads a letter to his former self. He talks about his daddy issues. I personally don't care. I personally did not look too into it. I've never really cared about the letters to themselves as children. I feel like that's something that they should be reading to themselves in front of, like, Dr. Pepper or Dr. Viviana, who, specialize in that type of stuff. But nonetheless. So Johnny mentions that he believes that he should be happily married by now, and he just does not know why he's not. He mentions that he does not want to end up like his dad, who eats every meal alone and all this other type of stuff. I did hear or notice that he has some, like, slight resentment towards his mother because his father tried to get them to move to California with him. His mother was like, no, so his father was basically out of his life. Bao, again, she didn't seem to care. So then we have Bao, who was like trying to show Johnny her childhood home, and it's gone. She had lived in, like, I think it was like a trailer type situation. And Johnny was like, I wish it was here so I could see it. And I want to say, I know you're not mad that her house is gone. I know that's not what I'm getting from this, but you never know. Bonnie goes, Johnny. I always call him Bonnie. Johnny goes 0 to a trillion very easily. It don't take much, for Bao to piss him off. So Bao talks about some things in her childhood after saying that she does not think that Johnny even deserves to hear her childhood story. And I said, I know that's right, Bao. He's been paying you like... He's been treating you like trash can juice, girl. You should have really built up that self-esteem, got that courage, and took your ass back home, because this is not worth it. So Bao is saying that they used to have these, like, big fruit trees, like pear trees, peach trees, and she said she would take the fruit and throw it in the street. And I'm thinking, so Bao, you're telling us how poor you were, but you're taking perfectly good fruit and throwing it in the street instead of maybe, I don't know, selling it. So then Bao said that she would take I think she called them knockoff Barbie. So you have some dolls. She said she would take her dolls and set them on fire. And I think that was just another moment where Johnny knew that leaving you would be the right decision for him. Because, girl, why did you tell that story? Why did you even tell the story about throwing the damn fruit? I feel like Bao was just one of them people that, to me, Bao comes across as somebody that she wants to make her background sound worse than it was. And I'm not saying that her feelings about her growing up and her background aren't valid. But what I think is that Bao likes to put 20 on 10, because when she talks about her childhood, she talks very slow, and she wants you to hear every word and feel it. Like, that's how Bao tells every story. So it's like, we had so much fruit. So much fruit. And it's like, every story don't need to be dramatic like this. But Bao said that she would do that stuff because she lived on 2 acres of land and she didn't have friends. We heard her sob story before about how her father was the neighborhood drunk, so nobody wanted to really let their kids play with her. Again, she tells her note to herself. She gets emotional. She cries about it. Whatever, whatever. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of their arc this episode. So Dr. Pepper stops by like she's doing with every couple, and she asks if they have learned everything about each other that they need to make an informed decision by decision day. Johnny said, I can answer that for you, Dr. Pepper. No problem. Johnny said he has learned everything that he wants to. So while he does not know everything that he probably needs to, he don't care no more. He knows what he needs to, and that's because he talked to one of Bao's friends. He talked to Sarah. So Johnny said he talked to Sarah, and Sarah said that Bao is basically a man eater. He said that she told Johnny, this is friend Sarah, that Bao breaks down men to where they are like, I guess, emotionally, mentally dependent on her so that she can rebuild you into the type of man that she wants you to be. And I said, damn, Sarah. Sarah also said that she would never want to date Bao herself. Sarah has mentioned that she would not let any of her friends date Bao. She told Johnny that, these are some red flags to look out for. And if you are not happy, go and get now, boy. And I said, damn. Who needs enemies with friends like Sarah? Who needs enemies when you have a friend like Sarah? Bao was shook, right? So Bao said that she's made some mistakes, but she feels betrayed. She said because Sarah doesn't know her as the person she is now. She's made some mistakes, but Sarah's not seeing how Bao has grown, how she has, how she feels that she is more patient now, more understanding. Johnny gets mad at Bao saying that she's more patient now, and he said, well, that's your opinion, right? Yes, it is her opinion. I think what kills me is how Johnny gets mad when Bao says that she has grown from something in the past. Now, I'm sorry, Johnny, were you in Bao's last relationship with her? So how do you know if Bao was not more patient with your annoying, rude ass than she was with her last boyfriend, who I'm fairly certain did not talk to her and say the derogatory things about her that you have done time and time, week after week on this show. So he gets mad, and Dr. Pepper is like, you guys need to talk about the conversation, break down what each, Johnny, break down what you said, what Sarah said, because you guys need to get to the root of why, Johnny, you are choosing to believe everything Sarah said at face value. And she said, Johnny rolls his eyes because he don't want to do it. And Dr. Pepper said, I know you don't want to do the emotional work, but you need to. And I said, Dr. Pepper, you know why Johnny is believing everything that Sarah said, because he don't like Bao. And the first moment that the first chance he got to talk to somebody that was ready to talk cash shit about Bao with him, he took it and ran with it. Talking about some Sarah approached him because she wanted to buy a car. Johnny, do you sell cars? Are you a loan officer? Are you a credit repair person? Are you looking over her credit for her? Why would Bao's friend come to you to talk about buying a car? Miss me with that bud, Johnny. You sought that woman out. You sought that woman out. I don't for 1 second not think that Johnny didn't find out which one of Bao's friends is kind of, clearly a little shady, and you went to her ready to talk shit about Bao to her, and you was probably giggling with glee when her friend took the bait, and you had the right friend on the right day. That's what that was. So later that episode, they're having dinner. And Johnny said that he thinks that Sarah had good intentions and he hates that he is dragging her into it. And I'm thinking, what good intentions does Sarah have about talking shit about her friend? Does Sarah want you, Johnny? That should be a bigger conversation. If I was Bao, I would be asking Johnny that. Where did you meet up with Sarah at? Did you go to Sarah's house? Did you guys meet up at a car lot? Were you guys on the phone? Were you texting? Did you go to dinner? Did you go get drinks? Did you go get coffee? What? How did this conversation even happen? So Bao said that there's a reason she doesn't talk to Sarah about things because Sarah is always someone that tells her, "Is that what's going on? Move, leave, be done with it." Sarah's not a real friend, and I think Bao knows that. And Bao really knows that now because you are willing to talk shit about me with a man who I have been married to for a month. A man who has only known me in my adult life for a month. Trash, Sarah. Shame on you. So then Johnny said that, so then Johnny said that he's done talking about this because he doesn't want to cause more harm more harm to Sarah, that is. So then he said he wants to remove himself now because whatever he has to say would be damaging. And my thing is like, do you loathe Bao that much? Because if you always feel like everything that you have to say about Bao is damaging or you're gonna hurt her feelings, why don't you carry your drunk looking ass home and go leave her alone? That is what's killing me about this show. Zach, Ryan, Johnny, y'all do not want to be with these women, yet y'all won't just leave and go home. This is stupid. So then Bao, who really don't care anymore, Bao was like, all right, well, I'm going to eat your food and I'm going to go ahead and get this glass of champagne and this bottle is mine. And Johnny is like, good night. Go home, Johnny. Go home. I cannot believe Bao's friend. This is what the second season that a friend has been complete and utter trash. Because what was that? Mindy's friend. Didn't Mindy's friend start dating Zach or something? Trash can people. Wow. I am so sick of Johnny. I'm so sick of Johnny crying about how he wishes he was happily married. But then you have a woman. And I'm not saying that Bao is innocent by any means. Because there must be some truth to what Sarah said in some capacity for Bao to have made the face that she did. Because Bao did not deny that she breaks men down. She didn't deny it. But, wow. I lost my train of thought. Wow. I'm Tammy, y'all. If you have not subscribed and you made it through these 13 minutes, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Leave some comments down below. Let's talk about this. Why do y'all think that Johnny is believing Sarah? We know the real reason, right? But let's talk about it. Catch y'all next week.